Yeah, it did. No tornado force winds here, but it did feel like a wind tunnel out there. You kind of had to hold on because it was that windy outside, and it still is. We're still looking at several wind advisories. So we're going to take you through current conditions in just a minute, taking you outside to Long Beach this evening. Mostly clear out there, keeping things clear because of those offshore winds. So it is windy, but the offshore winds are keeping things nice and clear, nice and warm, nice and dry as well. So radar is set for right now, well, almost right now, and you're going to see several wind advisories in store. Light blue highlighting on your screen indicating just that. So through the mountains, through the valleys, the Santa Clarita Valley right there, the Antelope Valley, as we head over to the Santa Monica Range, also dealing with wind advisories. And no surprise, because we're looking at sustained wind speeds into the double digits, 19 miles an hour at Castaic or in Castaic along the 5. So a tough commute through the I-5 corridor this evening. 10 miles an hour right here at the Broadcast Center in Studio City. And you'll see right there that little triangle, red triangle, indicating where that wind is coming from. So right here, it's actually southerly. You'll see Mount Wilson pretty calm, but easterly winds. Agua Dulce at 14 miles an hour. In Lake Los Angeles, you're looking at northeasterly winds coming in at about 15 miles an hour. Wind gusts upwards of 50 miles an hour, especially in the higher elevations. So more on the wind and, of course, that warm-up coming up in just a little bit. Back to you.
All right.
Give you a
chance.
chance.
I'll get you a clean up.
There we go. Go blow your nose.
Thank you.
We'll take over from here. And yes, the pollen count is high. It's windy out there, so allergies certainly kicking up. But good news for all of you that are suffering from the allergies. We are expecting the winds to calm down pretty soon here. Getting a look at LAX this evening, we are dealing with mostly clear conditions, even by the coast, because of those offshore winds. Offshore winds generally tend to keep things warm, dry, and clear. They push all that cloud cover out to the coast, but we are in for several wind advisories. Wind advisory right there for the Antelope Valley, for the Santa Clarita Valley, also for the LA County Mountains and the Santa Monica Range. We're dealing with wind speeds between 20 and 30 miles an hour with wind gusts even higher than that, 40, 50, maybe even higher than 50 miles an hour over the next few hours. So most of the wind advisories in effect until 4 a.m., a couple of them expiring at 11 o'clock tonight. So a few more hours to go in the way of windy conditions. You'll see right here, Agua Dulce, one of the windier spots, 14-mile-an-hour winds. As we get a look at Castaic, you'll see the winds coming from the south, that red indicating southerly winds. Mostly here we are expecting or looking at northerly winds, those offshore winds, but a couple spots looking at winds coming in from the south. You'll see right here Simi Valley from the south and Malibu looking at 6-mile-an-hour winds, Studio City at 9 miles an hour. So pretty impressive in the way of wind speeds. We're looking at wind advisories, as we just mentioned. We're warming up over the next few days. 70s, 80s, even 90s in the forecast. And there's a cool down in the forecast as well. So you'll see that in your 5-day forecast right here. Take a look. We're getting up to about 92 degrees for the valleys and the Inland Empire tomorrow. And then by Thursday, we're to the 80s. We're cooling down a little more so by Friday. And we're warming it up again as we head into Saturday. As we head into Sunday as well, we're actually flirting with 90 degrees. But tomorrow looks like it will be the warmest day of the week. Yeah, wow is right. This is something we haven't seen in quite a while. And you're going to see the basin getting pretty warm as well. We're talking 80s, 70s across the board, and back up into the 80s by the time we hit Sunday. Back to you.
Very cool.
And here at home, looking at a nice little warm-up. We're going to have the details coming up in a few minutes.
Stuff while you're walking out there. Wow, and Tornado Alley.
It's amazing what we've seen, and it's not the end of it. Looks like we've got a really potent cold front heading through there, so we're still expecting more severe thunderstorms, hail. On top of that, we're talking tornadoes too. So it's not the end of it. We've got more, and it's going to be heading eastward over the next couple of days. Tomorrow and Wednesday, we're in for more action. Take a look at radar right now. We're going to show you your national radar. As we do, we're going to show you what's going on. Well, we'll take you outside first. How about that?
I like that idea.
Do you like that idea?
Sure,
well, then I like that idea. All right,
yeah, look at that.
Let's go to LAX. All right, different story here at home. Clear conditions, warm conditions, mild conditions, and breezy conditions. That's what we're looking at. So we're going to get back to our forecast in just a minute, but we were talking about, well, this. Take a look at what's going on radar. Very amazing. A massive, very potent cold front, again, providing us with severe thunderstorms. On top of that, tornadoes. We've seen death and destruction over the last couple of days, and that's just going to continue. Take a look at this right here. You're looking at red and pink showing up on radar right now, indicating very severe weather spanning from Memphis up to Paducah, up to Louisville. Cincinnati is actually looking a bit calmer, but again, everything heading eastward, expecting pretty severe weather spanning all the way to the Florida Panhandle over the next couple of days. So we're going to be tracking that national forecast for you over the next couple of days, but right now, just tracking our local forecast. Much more mellow, just a little windy. We're looking at several wind advisories in store tonight, expiring around 4 a.m. So still looking at windy conditions into the overnight hours. You'll see right there for the Antelope Valley, Santa Clarita Valley, also the Santa Monica Range, along with the LA County Mountains. Very breezy to windy conditions, expecting and looking at wind speeds sustained into the double digits. Could see wind gusts up to about 40, even 50 miles an hour. Lancaster, you're looking at easterly winds. Again, the wind coming in from the east at 10 miles an hour. These are your offshore winds, and offshore winds generally tend to keep things warm and dry because those are the winds that generate over the land, blow out to the coast. So all the cloud cover goes along with it, and again, just warmer conditions with that. 9-mile-an-hour winds right now in Studio City. As we head over to the coast, Malibu at 7 miles an hour and Simi Valley at 11 miles an hour. So your weather headline showing you wind advisories in store. We're warming up tomorrow, 70s, 80s, even 90s, and then we're cooling it down as we head into Thursday and Friday, but we're going to be warming it right back up again. We'll have that coming up in your 5-day forecast, but take a look right here. 77 degrees, that was the high today in downtown, so we were above average, getting even warmer tomorrow. Certainly didn't get close to record temperatures, inching a little closer over the next couple of days. The basin currently in the 60s, the beaches into the 60s, mountains nice and clear, of course, a lot cooler into the higher elevations. We're into the 40s, getting up into the 60s tomorrow, the 90s in the valleys, and flirting with 90 degrees for the basin. So take a look at your forecast. This is what's going on right now. We've got high pressure building into Southern California, and high pressure, well, that really just generates that sinking air, creating warmer conditions for us, and that's going to be inching eastward. With that, we're looking at a much warmer forecast. Right behind it, though, we've got low pressure, that trough of low pressure. That's going to bring us cooler weather as we head toward the later part of the week, and you'll see that in your 5-day forecast right here for the basin in Orange County. Warming up, a little bit of cooling, and then warming it right back up again just in time for the weekend. Back to you.